Well, hello to whoever's watching. I heard that our YouTube shorts haven't been performing too well recently, so I decided to go ahead and perform and see how I do. Um, New alter to the system. To those who are new, we have dissociative identity disorder. Um, New alter isn't accurate. I'm not new at all, but the system doesn't really know me. So I had some free time, decided to get myself all dolled up and get a video recorded to see how it performs. Somewhat of a test because our shorts haven't been showing up, and also kind of just to scare the crap out of the rest of the system. So, hello, goodbye, have fun.
It's autumn. I wanted to record first because I have the strongest reactions to this. It's been a few days. I took a few days to process it, talk about it with my therapist, with my husband, with a few other trusted friends. Still processing it. We haven't heard anything since from that altar. We don't know anything about them. I didn't know. Nobody knew that they recorded until my husband called me while he was doing laundry and was like, "Hey, do you know you posted?" And I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" So that happened. It's really disturbing because I don't know, there's just no. He left while I was using the restroom to go do clothes, my husband. And when he called, I was sitting on the couch, wearing what I'd been wearing before, and watching The Flash, which is what I'd been planning on doing after I got out of the bathroom. It wasn't until he called and I looked at the clock that I realized that I was 10 minutes into the episode and it had been over an hour. This altar took time to get dressed, took time to set up the computer because it was, cords needed to be set up and things because we'd been looking at things on the TV. I don't know the technical stuff, but, fix that, texted my husband asking how to fix it, recorded, posted, and then redressed us in what we were wearing before. And I have no memory of it. Even now, it still kind of feels surreal. And if my husband would have told me, I would have believed him, but it's one thing to be told and to just nod along, and another thing to see the body recording. And it's kind of terrifying. Because this altar didn't do anything wrong. I'm glad that they chose to film and to communicate. Because that's a big part of what it was this altar hadn't been seen or heard, so we're going off of she pronouns just based on gut feelings. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but it's not like they gave us any information. So she recorded, she didn't do anything we weren't okay with. But it scares me because what if she did? What if an altar fronts and just walks away? Just starts walking and doesn't tell anyone where they're going? What if an altar fronts and makes a purchase we can't really afford? It's terrifying, and it's one of the scary parts about having dissociative identity disorder. Like, I don't know, it's been a while since I've had that big of a shock of a new altar fronting and me having no memory, and then something being different or something being recorded or a person talking about a conversation we haven't had. That doesn't usually happen. I don't know if we're just really good at masking or if we're really good at communicating. One of the two or both. But, so this was odd and unsettling, and I'm still kind of freaked out. This is an altar who we think, and this is all just kind of hypotheses, but there is an altar that's kind of popped up off and on to do things like take showers or couple other times inconveniently, and it was unexpected, and we've been trying to figure out who this altar was and all that, and we think it's the same altar, but we don't know anything. Or at least I don't, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the system doesn't. It's half the reason we're recording this is to compare notes after the fact. So yeah, we are going to try and figure out how to establish contact with this altar, and obviously they're intrigued and interested in the YouTube channel, so maybe you'll see them again. It's really scary doing things and not knowing you're doing them. It's really scary someone else taking over. It's really scary not remembering. There's just a lot of really scary shit involved. I saw that James had very recently commented on that video, "What the fuck?" And he uses more profanity than the rest of the system, but I gotta say I agree with him. But we are working it out, and we'll probably give an update, hopefully, if it works out well. If it doesn't, then you guys probably aren't gonna hear anything about it because privacy. But I made tea and it is not cool enough for me to drink, and I'm actually really upset, but we want to get this video done, and I can feel that someone's ready to record, so I'm gonna ignore my tea and hope that this doesn't take too long for it to have gotten too cold after. So I'm gonna step away to let that happen. Alright, it's James. I don't even know what to say. I don't like it. Yeah, that's my big one sentence reaction. I don't like it. For the longest time, I thought I knew everything about the system. I don't. I'm realizing that. I'm realizing I never did. But for a really fucking long time, we thought it was just Autumn and I. I thought it was just Autumn and I, even when she thought it was just Autumn. So new altars just in general scare me, because what the fuck, where are you hiding? I thought I knew what was going on. And this altar says they're not new. Like, so how long have they been around? Months? Fucking years? What the fuck? I don't know. We make fun of Autumn. We make fun lovingly. But we make fun of Autumn for being a control freak. I'll acknowledge I'm just as much of a control freak. Yeah. But yeah, so, fucking freaky. I don't have anything. I don't know who this altar is. I don't know that they exist. I don't know anything. Not even like with some of the other altars where I can't communicate or know who they are, but I have a sense of where-ish and what-ish and ish. But, no. I wouldn't have known anyone was there if I hadn't seen the video myself. That's... For someone who used to be the info keeper of the system, or at least thought they were, it's really, really scary. I don't know, I'm gonna be honest, as freaked out as I am, this altar seems kind of fun. Like someone I can get along with. Maybe. Hopefully we can get to know them. But we're realizing that our DID is a lot less neat little boxes and a lot more, I don't even know, but not neat, not labeled, not, I don't know, but I do think a part of our realizing that is because, yeah, it's because we're in therapy, but we're not seeing a specialist, so we focus on other things in the DID just because they don't know. They'll be first to acknowledge they don't really know what they're doing, our therapist. But, I think the channel is really helping. It's helping us communicate. It's helping us work together. It's giving alters space to, if they want to introduce themselves, to do so. Because let's be real, this alter could have recorded that and just left it in the videos in our files. I don't know if we'd have seen it forever. But by posting it, they got their attention. So it might be an alter who's wanted to communicate and hasn't been able to, and has that space now. So that's cool. We're growing a lot in our communication and in our faith as a Christian system by doing this channel and these videos. And that's cool. We had said our goal was to try and be a safe space for other people looking, especially Christians who think they may or may not have, or who are or are not diagnosed, but Christians who are DID curious, and it's hard to ask those questions. So we were doing it, and our prayers were for them. But it's nice that it's blessing us as well, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm freaked out. It's been a really rough week. Someone else is supposed to record next. They don't feel near. I'd love to know her thoughts about somebody posting without her knowledge. She is in control of the posting. She or the husband. Like, the husband has veto power. Like, if we want to post something, we don't know if we should or not. He's the outsider with the less biased and all that. So it's another weird thing. We posted without his knowledge, and that was an abnormality. Like, he's like our checks and balance system, and we just bypassed that altogether with this new altar in this new video, but whatever. I'm gonna go change into, I'm gonna take off Autumn's ring for one, because that's not gonna help anybody but Autumn. I'm gonna not drink her stinky tea. And I'm gonna go see if somebody wants to change into clothes.
Hello, I'm new to the recording. It is Evelyn. I'm not certain if they'll decide to keep this in the video. But Autumn had specifically mentioned comparing notes and figuring out what other altars thought about this, and I don't have the best communication with some of our main fronters, so decided to go ahead and record, which is abnormal for me. I usually front only at very specific times with very specific triggers, or I stay in the headspace. Not quite cool enough. Give me just a moment. But we are talking about the short posted by this altar. I don't know this altar. I know of them. I know that they've been in the system for a while, but I don't know them. Never communicated with them. They have very different goals and intentions, and our circles don't really overlap. Like, if we were both singles in the real world, we would never interact. So we don't interact much in Headspace. But I am proud of them for recording. Most of the main fronters' reactions are negative, but I'm proud. It showed a lot of confidence in the safety of the system, in the way that the people around us would react, the way that the body's husband would react, the knowledge that he would definitely see that short. And it just took a lot of confidence. And not I don't think it was a brash reaction. I think it was a expression of safety. Almost like how if a child acts out occasionally, sometimes that can be a sign of healthy, like obvious, I'm not even sure what I'm saying, but in a DID system, you're so used to being told to act like someone else, to mask, to
hide, to be in denial. That most alters' first reaction is to do those things. So that this alter felt safe enough to be herself, because I'm fairly certain it's she, her pronouns, but that they felt so confident to be herself, to express herself, is just, it says a lot. For even though the system is freaking out, even though James and Autumn are spiraling a bit, even though Lia doesn't know what to think, it says a lot for how she expected to be received. A year ago, no alter would have done that. It's very rare for an alter to have that level of confidence, at least within our system, and it made me happy to see. Because usually when an alter fronts, an alter who's newer or who hasn't fronted very much, we have an alter Fitz who first fronted around the husband and was so scared, concerned, confused, didn't know what to do, didn't know who they were, didn't know what was going on, that he only fronted for a few minutes, barely enough to converse, to even, I don't know if he was even able to communicate with the husband that he was a different alter. And it took a few days for him to feel confident in doing so. He eventually did. He still doesn't front very much. He is uncomfortable in the body, more so than most, even of the male alters. And he doesn't have many triggers that we know of, so he doesn't front very often. But he's doing well. But that's all just to say that he's a more traditional alter in that sense for us. And that it made me smile to see the confidence. I know Autumn is mostly concerned about the tidying up of the body afterwards, the tidying up of the apartment, covering your tracks, essentially, which I think is just such ingrained in the system, in other alters, in every alter other than her, really, that even when they were expressing confidence, that this woman just instinctively did it. And to be honest, Autumn could have changed herself and just have amnesia about it. Just have dissociative amnesia. Not been able to process the fact that she was not fronting. So she fixed everything and forgot. I was planning on stepping away and letting Lia change and record. But Belle would like to front for a moment. So I'll let her do that, and if we decide to cut all of this, we will, but Hey! She jumped the gun a little bit. We did not spill the tea, but it was a near thing. Those are things that happen with quick switches, with things like that, just not realizing that you're holding something. Sorry, I'm talking to you while also not quite reprimanding her, but letting her know she can't do that. And also making her wait a little bit because she didn't. Okay. Hi. I'm okay. I can record. I can be happy. Hi. I didn't want to say anything. I just wanted to say hi. I think they're talking about a new lady. But I don't know her. But hi. Have they watched my... You haven't... No. You guys haven't seen my video yet. What happened? The screen... Sorry, the screen went to sleep and it went black and... Ooh! We're back! That was okay, right? Mm-hmm. You haven't seen my video! That's what I was saying. You haven't seen my video. A video of my celebration day. They're doing that, and I think they're gonna make it soon. They're gonna put it up soon. Like, this week soon. They're working on it now. They're working on it. I'm so excited. So hopefully you guys can see that and have fun. But that was all I wanted to say. I haven't colored anything else, or I would show you. Okay. Bye-bye. I'm gonna let Miss Evelyn talk to you some more. Belle and I have a very close relationship. She has difficulty communicating and switching when other alters are around. But she and I are... I'm somewhat of her caretaker. Often, if Belle was fronting, Autumn can't front right in immediately. Sometimes she can, but often not. So I'll front in even for a moment or two just to bring the body back down. Because Belle is very high energy and uses a lot of the body's energy. So... But I will go and let Lia come say hello. Not my favorite type of tea, but it is delicious. Hi, it's Lia. I'm gonna fix the hair real quick. The husband's taking a shower, so I can't go use our bathroom mirror. Good enough, mostly. But it's gonna have to be. That was a lot of switches in a very short period of time since Autumn sat down to record. It has been about 27 minutes already. And that was, I don't even want to count how many switches. But we are talking about, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Oh! Yes. I have mixed feelings. I'm mostly just a little confused. Yeah, that's about it. I'm not upset. I'm not... Good for her getting a video up. I wish she'd run it by the system or by the husband. But I can understand why that didn't happen. That's about all I've got. Not a whole lot of emotion. Not a whole lot of anything other than... Cool. Honestly... My reaction to it was, well, let's make sure we all sit down in front of the camera and record our reaction, because if they're going to go ahead and post on the shorts, then we might as well make a video about it. Because I'm the one trying to run the YouTube channel, and it seemed like a good idea. So I think that's everything that needs to be said. We should be good to go ahead and close this video out. Like I said, we're coming up right on 30 minutes of recording. We're gonna probably cut a good bit of that. But yeah. I want to know her name. That's my biggest question, curiosity, whatever. I'd like to know her name because I like my systems and I like my lists and I like my maps, and I want to know how to add her to the information we have. Bye, guys. You can go ahead and subscribe. The button's up on screen if you want to hear more about the nonsense that is our lives, because it is a lot a lot of nonsense. And I'm going to go ahead and link Belle's video, because Belle had fun doing this, and even though the video she's talked about in the video isn't out yet, should be coming out tomorrow, I believe. Life is crazy, so might not happen. But I'll go ahead and link her Meet the Alters video. It's just her recording some quick little tidbits about herself in a little interview style with the body's husband, and then I follow up with some clarifications on what and why and who and how. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. We are exhausted and probably should go nap, but instead we're going to edit because, like I said, we've got a schedule. Bye guys, have fun.